Alright. Hello everyone. Welcome to another tournament match. Today I am playing as Dracula versus Misthios. Uh, uh, let's see how he is out his hunters. Meantime, I'll have to see what sort of hand I get before I decide my starting location. But alright. Going superhero start. A hoax of okay, that's a reasonable hand. Should I go for an England start? Let's go with... No, let's go with a central start and make it... I'll put my first thing up into Hamburg and then weave down... Yeah, we'll start at Berlin. Then we'll weave our way down southwest towards Mina. At least, I mean, well, plans may always change, depending on what, like what instant events are drawn, how they, and so on. So, I suppose I can't really say anything for certain yet. But, all right, a planned ambush and a garlic. Okay, so Mina has a good event there. That's generally one of the better things for Mina to have. Yeah, place a hoax up at Hamburg, then come back to Berlin with via misdirect. Then we'll just continue like playing it by ear, see what happens, and judge what to do by that. Scouts. I honestly doubt that he'll find me with the scouts. He'll likely check spots like in the east, possibly southern Italy, Bari and Dublin. Okay, yeah. The Bari start and the Ireland start. So what's my next encounter going to be? I might make it the spy. Depending on what happens. First discard is a Holy Bullets, okay. We'll see what happens. Okay. Misdirect the Berlin, and then go right back there. I suppose, I'll want something a little bit more active. I don't have... Or... Will I? Who can say? Suppose we'll start off with aristocratic. Bats. Okay. I might want to Wolfhorn next turn because Leipzig, when it comes to checking spots in Germany, barring Cologne, Leipzig is one of the most common spots. So Wolfhorning over that to Nuremberg, or to Frankfurt, sorry, uh, might make me able to dodge scouts slash ally searches a bit longer. It's possible. And then in the event that they do get a newspaper, that helps me obscure things a bit. Not much though. I don't know. Should I? I think we'll wait one turn on that. I'll go to Leipzig and Wolf form down to Zurich, perhaps? I mean, yeah, because it's nice to have something here at Leip. It's nice to have these bats. I'll put down the bats, as that is a little bit of protection for my hoax. So, makes it... Okay, so this is Newspaper Day, so that's... Thankfully the top card is a Drac event, so that's... that's one guaranteed non-newspaper. Not to mention that it feeds my potential hoax. Okay. There's already 6 that I... Depending on whether it matures. Okay, Harker. Okay. Well, if he discovers Hamburg is too far away for him to... If he... This means that if he discovers that it's at Hamburg only through Harker, then he'll have to spend an event to get there in time. Sister Agatha. Oh, that's rough. Getting Harker, not searching with him, and now... Presumably he's like most likely going to search. Okay, Mia's showing a horse now. Let's... Valona. Yeah, makes sense. Check out the... Yeah, this northern Germany start is not all that typical. In the current meta. Alright, so that's... Okay. Rifle, bullets, dogs, 2 garlics, and only 2 bullets. Right. Yeah, so the rifle is the most intriguing thing that's been discarded so far, but... Okay. Doing some trading. I see. Continue working on tickets. Or have you already refined your ticket economy? That's actually an interesting question. I'm guessing... Okay, so... Okay, yeah. So, Van Helsing... I'll likely do that now. So now, if I wolf form, I can go down to Zurich. Slide trail, yada yada. Now the question is, do I do the wolf form? If he's going to check a spot, I think that we can wait. Frankfurt is also a seldom checked location. But I may want to skip over Strasbourg. Let me see. I have 2 of these, so I'll go ahead and toss one down. A fog, nice. Since I have a vamp there, I'll go ahead and put down the rumor token. After all, well, 7 points is 7 points, so... if it comes down to it... Although, when I think of it, that thing is very, very unlikely to mature, because since that's at Berlin, and it... that's only a 2 yellow ticket away from them. They can get there in 1 day. Since that's so aristocratic rather than reckless, not to mention that, I mean, there's of course stakes that will likely be milling around the players' hands. Honestly, I probably should just save the rumor token. A holy circle, okay. That one is a little bit interesting, at least. A 3rd dog card, okay. Oh, discarded a horse. Whoa. Nice. That's good for me. So he didn't like the idea of me carrying 2 horses. So he discarded a horse. That is generally regarded as a mistake. Even if it means cycling a knife or a heavenly host, or a stake knife heavenly host, it is considered to be better to hold the horse. That could give me quite an advantage. It means that Mina will be. It means that until they cycle the deck and redraw the horse, there will be at maximum 2 people with horses, and I know that Mina has one of them. So perhaps this means that I should go into the east. With that development. So, yeah, I think that was a mistake. I am Misthios there. Horses are just too important to discard in by most people's opinions. With that discard, where do I go? Do I start heading towards the east? Because that's where the horses have the most impact. I think we'll go with a wolf form. So I can skip over Strasbourg, as that's a spot that people are more likely to check. So, and here we will place down another spy, so as to... Plus, doing the wolf form now makes it something that will get wiped if the vampire matures. Which, honestly, it's unlikely that it will, especially since it's an aristocratic, but it's not... Okay, so they do have the... So Van Helsing had a newspaper. So they'll have 2 days to get up there. But in doing that, they will leave the east more open. I mind you, it'll take several moves of mine to even get into the east. Though I expect, personally, I expect that he will likely start checking around here, thinking that I would just wolf-horned past them. Instead of that, with it having shown me being in northern Germany for starters, because that could be Berlin, that could be, for instance, Prague. Now I've just wolf-horned over him. Yeah, into Munich makes sense. Yeah, so I think I just gotta stay committed to my current movement. Where? Okay. Alright, so where do I go? Will Goldaming end up searching this? And if so, does he have a stake? I mean, chances are actually rather high that he has a stake. There have been no stake discards yet, so... But if he doesn't, or chooses to not use it because I didn't ambush, he'll get delayed, and therefore Hamburg will get to mature, I think. Yeah, because after this, that slides there. There are... So, at this point, the most I can hope for from the vampire is that he doesn't have a stake and he searches it, delaying himself and therefore letting my hoax get through. That's the best case scenario, I think. Okay, he passed, so he's not bothering with it right now. But however, this actually gives me hope for maturing my vampire, because if he's going to ignore it until he's dealt with Hamburg, then then he'll get delayed by the hoax instead, unless he spends a stake. I think we will go here, and we'll play... I think it's time to place down a Reckless, because since now they might find me any day. Now there could be a renewed vigor, and they might figure something out. So... yeah, I must play this cautiously. But that's the thing. That's the thing when you start in more towards the center of the map. When you start more towards the center of the map like this, it makes it's just a maze. There are like almost endless possibilities. And it's hard to... Okay. Do I make him search it? Because... well, actually, so long as there's no stake from Goldaming, doing this guarantees that my vampire matures. If there is no stake from Goldaming, he gets delayed by searching the hoax. And I can shove Seward more towards the west so that I can move east, seeing as the barrier that those two formed is now gone. Yeah, I like that. I like the plan. Okay. Okay. Oh, awesome. So now I shove him away. As I would, well, actually, since the vampire is going to mature, I think I shove him to where I can ambush him with the spy instead. So that I get some value out of this, out of the spy instead, since he'll have cleared most of the trail. Okay, he discarded a pistol. So since both of them are delayed, one, two. Actually, there is one way that they might be able to do it, and that's if they have, if Van Helsing has a chartered carriage. Lair, toss down a wolves, or no, let's just filter the trash ones from hand for now. Huh. Okay, so now we go to Munich. They're both delayed, so here at Munich, I just laid down a reckless, but so let's actually put down some card draw next. Yeah, I won't. Will I get my rumor token in time to lay that down there? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I put it on the second spot, not the first spot. Yeah, so next, Berlin matures. Almost, unless Van Helsing will need a chartered carriage to get there in time. Alright. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Now I can... Now, I can actually wolf form out of here. Off into the east. Where the fact that they discarded a horse will really come back to bite him. Or him or her. I suppose I should just keep saying that they until... Because Misthios is one of the newer members of the Discord, and I don't know much about them. So now Berlin matures. I get wolf form back. Means I waste this spy, but whatever. 7 points makes it more than worth it. So all he knows is that I wolf formed from Frankfurt, and I gave him that piece of knowledge. But what he doesn't know. Oh yeah, good psychic scan, because now he knows I didn't head off this way, unless there doubtless will be some doubt in his mind as to whether I'm in Italy. So slide trail, mature the vampire. Hit 7 points, and now I can wolf form again. And yes, I guess it's the obvious thing to do, but we're going to head over into the east. It's obvious because it's so good. Zurich. Zurich's not gonna mature, so let's hold the token for now. Well, except that he doesn't know for sure. Well, it might. I doubt it, but it might. Uh, yeah, it's not beyond the realm of possibility. I should take a peek at that discard. Okay, discarded a knife too. Nice. And that's the last of the dogs discarded as well. Scouts. Okay, now that will be good for him. The thing is that Seward was at Munich just before he went and got delayed by the bats. Will he check Munich? By checking Santander and Zagreb, he may, in his mind, blank the possibility of the East out. Yeah, I'm happy with that one, because normally people do Sarajevo, but since I went Sajed, which is slightly less obvious, yeah, he's gonna scan Italy. Good move, good move. I definitely can see why you'd do that. Very good move, to be sure. Because now he'll know that I'm not in Italy, so therefore, since I wasn't in France, and he knows that the furthest I could have gotten was Bordeaux or Toulouse, so therefore he knows that I just didn't go that way. I didn't have sufficient time to get into Spain before the previous psychic bond, so he knows I didn't go that way. And this might mean that Zurich might stay hidden a bit longer. Mind you, he does have Harker, so he will know of it. Let's just... Well, let's go to the more central location while I still can. Well, while I can still afford to. Let's do a wolves, just because. Desecrated soil. Then I put down new vampire. Yes. Yeah. So he's gonna have his hands full. So I know that there are only 2 horses in play. Or there's only one that I know of. So far, only Mina has shown one. But the second one could still be one of those bottom 10 cards, or third one more accurately. Newspaper. But now wolf form from Munich is difficult to decipher. For all he knows, I could be since Leipzig got wiped before I did that wolf form. Since Leipzig got wiped before I did that wolf form, I could actually be standing right there. He doesn't know. In theory, I could. So, So he knows that my rumor token is 1 way from Zagreb. Okay, no, I did not go there. I wonder just how much he'll end up... I wonder just how much he'll end up committing into... Okay, second Holy Circle. Man, he's really holding on to those stakes. So, my vampires need to watch out. Yeah, I have 2 vampires on the trail. One at Zurich, which it's getting closer and closer, so there's hope that that could be just game over and I win. Although I kind of doubt that that will happen. He's not going to just let it happen that easily. Especially since Harker will show him where it is. Unless, on the other hand, what if he simply doesn't have any stakes and all of them are at the bottom of the pile? I seriously doubt that. He discarded a horse, a knife. That just doesn't make sense. Slide the trail. And, go to Bucharest. Let's just... Since he likely has a lot of stakes, let's just prepare a gauntlet of vampires for him to have to deal with over here. Surprising return. Oh, I'm not sure this is a good time for that, man. Okay, he's desperate for information. Yeah, I still haven't gone to Zagreb, so where did I go? He seems to be somewhat baffled. Perhaps he's missing the connection with Zagreb and Szeged. I kind of doubt it, but... Yeah, but this mature is becoming more and more likely. Oh, there it is. Since it's a reckless will ambush, not to mention that he almost certainly has... At this point, I would be very surprised if he does not have a stake. Right, he's down an item because of the spy. He never resupplied that. How do I start? Let's just start off... Let's start off with a mesmerize. I don't want to jump right into the Fang. Okay. There was, of course, the hazard of a heavenly host, but I don't think that he'll want to do that. I don't have any plotting, so dodge is just fine for him. So let's do a claw. As I expected. A knife. Yeah, it means that the vampire takes damage, to be sure, but... Alright, so I could mesmerize again, but that would risk a punch. This time now we go for Fang number 1. Oh, except, wait, I had him mesmerized, so that only did 2. So by that logic, maybe I should have gone with a... Yeah, so Seward does have a knife. I would be very surprised, as previously stated, very surprised if he does not have a stake. And his third card is likely some sort of firearm. That's the standard hunter kit. Yeah, my guy might not get to mature, but it dealt some damage. And got me a point. So we're that much closer. Just create soil, new vampire. the last garlic wreath, okay. Is that I have him confused? Local rumors. I definitely like how this feels. I do definitely have to be cautious about the possibility of renewed vigor. And I think I'll go Black Sea Coast now. So Goldaming will likely draw tickets, as I see nothing else for him to do, unless he wants a night supply, which, please do. And honestly, come to think of it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 2, yeah, 9, 10. Yep, okay, so that's the first stake. It got me 8 points, and that's what mattered. So, what will he do? Yeah, get a new ticket. Okay, slide the trail. We'll go with Constanta. Let me see. We'll start with, well, we'll do bodyguards. Next we go to Varna and lay down the new vampire. Make sure that one vampire doesn't wipe the other. In other words, and then I place a fog at Varna also and hide at Varna to place a fog to protect it, at least for a bit. I'll make you search it. Yeah, so that's finally one stake dealt with. Seward, however, is low on items. He needs to go somewhere where he can resupply. Which, honestly, he'll likely go to Munich. Because I wonder, will Mina also go to Munich thinking to scan Germany? I wonder. The fact that he hasn't picked up my trail at Sajed means that Harker may well do some work. But then again, if it does come to that, then the new vampire will most likely mature. Vampire Lair. Okay, Van Helsing, Scarred. Okay, so that sets back my timeline a little. But, well, it's not nothing. Okay. Will she go to Munich to scan Germany? Like, in the event I actually did go there? Because she knows that nothing adjacent to her is on the trail due to local rumors. Yeah. At this point, I definitely do need to start thinking about CG. Especially when I most likely end up going to sea. Okay, Hoax. It's far too late for Hoax to be good. Aristovamp, not good. And Mob, not that great either. Not surprising that he has one. Yeah, I expected that to be more for the card draw than anything else. So, slide trail, lair, and we'll toss down a saboteur there. Rats, okay. Move to Varna. Lay down Reckless Vampire, since I happen to get hold of that. That's slightly better than new, just... So Van Helsing has used a stake. Seward has used a stake. Guldoming is likely holding one. And I suppose Mina, due to how Misthios has been playing, will likely be holding one. So, note to self for when my team and I face this team again. For those who don't know how this is working, how this works, we're separated into teams into pairs. My teammate Randiv and I are Team Wildlife, and Misthios is part of the Transylvania. Let's take a quick peek at this spreadsheet. Transatlantic Transylvanians they chose. Okay, he finally picked up on it. Since there is likely a stake here, I'm going to ambush. But the thing is, now that they finally picked up my trail, they may well have picked up the trail. The thing is, Mina's all alone for the time being. Well, let's just see what happens. No mezzes, no strengths. Yeah, so let's just do a little bit of damage. Make it harder for her to deal with other ones. Yeah, the fact that he instantly escapes during a day fight where it says that he does have a stake on Mina, which is not at all surprising with how he's been playing. So note to self, I should definitely tell my teammates, Randiv, that for when we play these guys again in the event he's the one up against Misthios, is that Misthios definitely values his stakes highly. So much so that he was willing to discard a horse. Which I still maintain that was a mistake on his part. And if I win this, I will credit it partially to that. Trade between Lord Alarming. What will happen if... So, Mina has only a plan to ambush. So... Yep, she does have the stake, as expected. But now... She has a horse plus, I would guess, a knife. There. And go ahead and toss down a rats. Shame. That would have been a nice thing to put in a layered Munich. Oh well. Now we will hide and put down a fog to protect the vampire. The thing is, I don't see myself needing to go to sea too soon, since even with a renewed vigor, there's only one horse among the three men here in Italy. One hunter is not enough threat to go to sea. Over. Yeah, there's... So what do I have still in the draw pile? What might I draw? Evil presence. So that's 3 stakes now accounted for. Let's see. Both hoaxes are gone, both spies. I've planted all 3 recklesses. I think there's... And then in layers I have... Aristo, Saboteur, and Rats. I think that there's still the second Rats. There's... I've placed 1 Wolves. There's still a Fog. There's a Rats. I think a 3rd new vampire? Question mark? Ah yes, another bodyguards. As I've placed 1 of those so far. Yeah, there's really no need to go to sea. At least not yet. I could wolf form down to Salonika so that I can be sure of so I can make sure to be on a coast if I, in the event there's like a renewed vigor plus like sense of emergencies and such, and not bother going to Sofia, then basically not risk 1 extra day inland, and then possibly just feed while I'm at Salonika. Yeah, Harker's doing some work for him, because I would guess that were it not for that, let's just clean out some of the layers. We'll keep... on Sajed, let's go ahead and toss down... Sajed isn't... They're not likely to go there on their way out, so we'll go with the less good thing. Ah, yes, a second mob, that's what it is. So... yeah, we'll wolf form down to Salonika, so I can stay on a coast. And then we'll place yet another vampire, I suppose. Or no, desecrated soil, as I'm likely going to have to go to sea soon. That way I can have the healing ready. Or potentially, the potential healing. It'll be, at the very least, it'll be card draw. Or if not that, if they just fail to find it, then... So Belgrade, I put down Wolves, so I'll let Mia search that one. And I know that Mina has at most 1 weapon, so she'll take at least 2 damage from that. Ah, by the looks of things, he's going to... There's... Yeah, he'll excellent weather across, so I think I'll... For my next move, I'll feed. So I can stay in place. also heal up the 3 wolf form. The fact that I've done 3 wolf forms already, so that makes it so I full heal. Okay, now he's getting more committed to the east. The more committed to the east he gets before I leave, the better. Excuse me. Okay. So, alright, so let's see. What happens in the case of a renewed vigor? Wax cylinders. Ah, well that's gonna tell him something. Nice. Nice one. So, he now knows I wolf-horned from Varna. But he's letting the wolves mature, so I'm going to be able to trigger those on Mina anyway. So I get to trigger it anyways. She has a rifle as her only hidden item. Okay, so we'll do feed so as to heal up before my inevitable sea voyage. Renewed vigor does definitely bear some risk, but apparently if he has it, he's not using it. Yeah, positioning Guldong there seems to say that he's going to... Oh, no excellent weather, though. Interesting. So I could actually move to Valona and just try to catch him there. Because now going to sea would make Guldong just follow me. Which I don't really like the idea of that. It'd be a risky move, but I could, yeah, and I don't have any sort of, and I do not have any sort of, what's it's called, I don't have any fog, so I don't have the best of protections. I do have a new vampire, but... Yeah, and Goldalming is probably one of the better equipped ones, at least in terms of fighting. So what do I do here? Yeah, mature the reckless. Make it such... Oh, since I have, like, almost full health, I could try simply going out to sea and staying out at sea? Uh... The thing is that if I go to sea, mind you, I could go Black Sea. He'll probably have to stick around long enough to ascertain that I have not, unless he has a might trail. So, how much do I worry about a renewed vigor? If he has one, then so Gul'dan's gonna land at Valona. Or if I go to sea, it's possible that he won't. I can't say I like it, but we'll do it. Yeah, so I simply now have to survive until the end of the week. And then I simply have to make one move. And strictly speaking, I could simply just cruise around at sea until the timer runs out. So I think I'll likely go Tyrrhenian, Mediterranean, South Atlantic. I'll probably want to land sooner. Surprising return. Trying to figure out where the one spot that is on the trail that's okay. So, yeah, Valona is still not a hideout. So he knows that I didn't go into the Black Sea. He knows that I went into the Ionian. So will he send Gul'dan to? Well, he knows that I went to either Athens or Salonika. Gul'dan is the closest to either. He lands at Valona and goes there. I had hoped they'd commit a little bit more into the east. Interesting. Yeah, I get you, man. Wax cylinders. He's gonna take a peek and see what's there. Maybe. Yeah, he did the analyze function or the deduction function. He gets to see what's here, so he knows that it's a desecrated soil, and that's hiding there. So if he leaves it along to if he leaves it be, then I get to heal. Especially if I just stick around in the sea. Yeah, now the primary hurdle or hazard for me now is a CG or consecrated ground for those who are new to this. Mina and Van Helsing trading. Question is in what? Items or events? Suppose I don't know. One way or another, Tyrrhenian is the best move. So, I think I'll actually land at Cag to throw a bit of obscurity on things, because that means that I could have gone Black Sea or Adriatic. And then I can also hide at Cag, make it seem especially now that he used wax cylinders for deduction, I don't have... I don't need to do things. So yeah, I go to CAG, lay down the new vampire, and then if I draw the fog, there's a 50-50 that I draw a fog or a rats. I don't know if he. All right, you know it's there. You search it, and I know that he has a heavenly host, as he showed it earlier. For the other one, but that means I'm going to get my fog off of that. Plus, a fog of rats plus one other thing. I'll discard the rats. I'll discard mob, and I suppose possibly bats as well. It depends on what the third thing is. Like if I redraw a rats or something like that, or a saboteur. Nothing new dusk. Let's see. Yeah, a saboteur. So yeah, like I said, that means that we keep the bats. Simply because saboteur is simply because it's better than a saboteur. Alright. So I don't get the healing, but yeah. Landing now gives me the obscurity that I could be on Black Sea Coast, since none of that got layered. I could be at Valona, Venice. I could be anywhere on the Italian coast. And that might tempt him to. In fact, he might be tempted now to CG the Black Sea coast to make it so that if I did go Black Sea, I can't do anything, and therefore I get an error, take 5 damage, and have to go back Ionian. He'll likely be tempted to do it if he has the CG. Slide trail, land at CAG. We lay down a vampire. And just for funsies, put down a rumor token. Not that it matters at this point, because all I have to do is survive until the next week. It's a shame that feet is still down on the trail, but oh well. But if I hide and Dark Hall, then I would be able to... Yeah, you see, Gildung's still checking Black Sea Coast, even unlikely though it might be that I went there. So the fact that he did that seems to say that he does not have Money Trail. Van Helsing has the second horse. That's the first time that the second horse has actually shown itself. At least that, unless I missed that. Okay, yeah, checking various ports. So, yeah, now he'll send her down to one or the other so that she can scan Italy and confirm that I didn't backtrack to Valona or do Black Sea coast. Yeah, and then I'll do so the next thing I do is to hide. To make it still possible that I'm down in Rome, Genoa, Bari, one of those spots, so that he may. Yep, psychic scanning, so that he now knows I did not go Black Sea, I did not go Valona. But what he doesn't know is, did I go Adriatic and still land at Bari? He doesn't know. Hide, lay down a fog. I mean, honestly, fog there was probably something of a waste. Probably should have done something like wolves or bodyguards. But whatever. At this point, it's a matter of just hopping off CAG, and then sense of emergency. Okay, so he's gonna be going, I suppose, I would assume to Zagreb, as that's as far as he can get. The thing is, Misthios will know that I am that he needs to find me fast. But at this point, I think I can comfortably say that I've won. I'm going to have to go to sea again, which is a shame. So I'll take 2 damage in the process, but I think I can comfortably say that I've won this game. Because with Seward only just now on Genoa, I'm going to be leaving CAG by the time I'll be leaving CAG, and even if he CGs and forces me to move by sea one more day, then yeah, I take 1 more damage, but I still win. Yeah, I don't see any way that he can win now. Which, the fact that I, unless there's something I'm just not thinking of, the fact that I can confidently say that I've won, it means a lot to me, since so far, sadly, my my team has gone without, let's just mature because whatever, it doesn't matter. Uh, because so far uh, my team has gone without a single point, without a single win so far. So this means that we can start potentially making our comeback. With with this win being the first one for the team. KSB Telegraph. Yeah, so I just need to stay out at sea one more turn and then land. And then those 3 points. And the thing is, they already used Vampire Lair, so I know that that's not going to impede my point progress. Behind the veil. Yeah, it's not gonna help you. At this point, I simply have to stay out at sea one more turn, and I win. The worst thing that can happen at this point is once I move to South Atlantic, he does CG on all the harbors on the South Atlantic, so that I'll have to move by sea one more time. So now he knows that it was Tyrrhenian, and that means that I didn't go to Bari. 1, 2, 1, 2. That'll take him as far as Venice. Okay. Sorry, man, but I win this. If you hadn't already used Vampire Lair, then you would have that as an out. But as a potential out. But unfortunately, you've already used it. Yep. Oh. Neat. Just making it more fun. We'll just, for funsies, pounce on Mina. Yeah. And more fun. Fun. Making land more fun. GG's. Yeah, so in the end it comes down to a pirate drac ending. In the Oh yes. Alright. Go to South Atlantic. Play through one last day. Days worth of hunter stuff. And then land for the win. Unless as previously stated, he does CG and puts CG up on all of the harbors on the South Atlantic coast. Slide trail and land, and that is game. Excellent. A nice win with 9 HP left. 9 health. 9 health. I'll ask Misthios if he wants to chat on the match. Okay, I'll have to ask him on Discord then. I'll see if I can ask him. Want to have post game chat. Well, this may take a mo. Wait for him to reply. But yeah, that was a good game. I think what may really have cost him the game was the horse discard. I'm not sure exactly what decided things, but yeah, one more horse and he would have been moving much quicker. He would have there were. I think what really cost him the game was how much he kept the stakes. Well, he simply is answering, so we'll just call it there. But thanks for watching, and catch you next time. Alright.